Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us again here on NG Sports TV with the third and final game of our three-game slate today on match day 2 of the KFC Under 18 Elite competition. Mount Pleasant, of course, defending champions. They'll be looking to reclaim their title as they opened their bid in the first game week with a thrilling 4-2 victory over Portmore United. They'll be looking to continue their vein of form here against Waterhouse, who, apologies for earlier I said it would be Ballers Academy are currently on a bye week, so it will be Waterhouse taking their place. Waterhouse, of course, one of the 2 new teams in this competition, in addition to Portmore United. Should have had Cavalier as well, but they withdrew, and so instead of 8 teams, it will be 7, which is, of course, the reason for the bye week this year. 7 teams in the competition as opposed to 6 last year. Of course, more and more teams will be looking to join this illustrious competition, which, as you mentioned before several times, has borne fruit to many young players getting their platform, the stage, to show their talents to the world and to Jamaica at large, and getting international offers, of course, as well as just making their name known more across the island. And it'll be interesting to see just how well Mount Pleasant can play here against an unknown quantity, really. Of course, they're not really a reactive team. They're going to play their own game regardless of the opponent in front of them, but it will be interesting to see how they come up against this team, Waterhouse, who, of course, being that they're new, will be unfamiliar to many of us, but looking forward to a good game here, regardless of the unknown quantity that is Waterhouse. Looking forward to how they line up, and of course, I'm also looking forward to watching that young man, number 7 rather, again, Samuel Taylor, who was quite easily, for me, the standout performer on the day, not just in his game, but on the day. Rashawn Williams could so easily have won the man of the match as well. He was fantastic, but Samuel Taylor, 2 goals, an assist, and some spectacular moments of magic, not just beating his man, but just some really special moments that make you wonder, like, what kind of brain does this young man have to think that he would ever dare to pull off a move like that? But as we see these young players now lining up, the attention will not just be on Mount Pleasant, but be on Waterhouse, who, for those who follow in the Jamaican Premier League, will know that Waterhouse are themselves in a rich vein of form as we talk about the men's team. Currently 6 games from 6, I believe, 6 games unbeaten, actually, and 5 wins in a row before their previous draw with Tivoli Gardens on Sunday night. They've been in really, really good form, and their youth program, I expect to be displaying today a similar level of quality. Shake of hands there between the 2 captains. Rashawn Williams, who was, as I mentioned before, brilliant last weekend. The number 5, Howard at Winton. we have the lineups for you. For Waterhouse, we have Tahir Harnett, Garrick Taylor, Sean Kircher, Akeem Yuan, Howard Linton rather, Adonijah Burford, Lick Drummond, Jamar Thomas, Dimitri Robinson, McCoy Broderick, and Kamar Reed. From Mount Pleasant, we have Marcadine Spence, Ras Ronaldo Harriet, and his brother Ras Ronaldinho Harriet, and Sean Benjamin up front. Basil Trail, the youngster, the diminutive number 14, he'll be getting a start today instead of coming off the bench, which we had last time. Actually, he started last time, my apologies. St. John Phillip, who really surprised me last game, played well in the middle of the park. Samuel Taylor, of course, Jadon Brown Hannaford at the back, Deronnie Hines as well, Javier Henry, and of course the skipper, Rashawn Williams. And here we have a look at the first action of the game there, the cross coming in, and rising highest was there. Towering number 12, Dimitri Robinson, but unable to guide the header on target. But there's Mount Pleasant moving the ball around with Harriet now. Looking for Javier Henry. Has it in play here. Oh, skips past his man brilliantly. Trying to beat another, but good work there from the Waterhouse back line. And now here he is. Dimitri Robinson switches play. Touch wasn't the greatest, but now it's Reed. And now we're going for a throw into Waterhouse. Waterhouse in position now. Here's Williams trying to get into the path of Benjamin, who was fouled there, and that will be a free kick to Mount Pleasant. Trying to get into the path of Taylor there, but loses the ball, and Waterhouse can move forward here. Trying to switch the play out wide. Number 8, Burford loses the ball, however, but has to take position somehow. Burford loses out to Javier Henry, and falls as the referee. And there's Hannaford. He made a costly error last week, but rebounded and had an okay game. Referee blows, and that will go the way of Mount Pleasant. Quite some tackle, I might add. Now it's Williams to Hannaford. Out wide from Williams to Harriet, who has time. And good call by Williams just to recycle position there on the back, instead of trying to force things. So that's a huge difference in terms of style of play among Pleasant. Try to keep things on the ground, try to move the ball around beautifully, I might add, and has paid dividends. Scored 4 in the opening game and could look to replicate the success of KFA, who themselves scored 4 in the opening game and then added 5 again in the previous game. For those of us joining for the first time today, just a quick recap of the previous games. Our Academy beat Montego Bay United in the previous game 5. They beat Montego Bay United in the previous game 5-2. And in the first game of the day, we had Harbourview running out 1-0 winners against Portmore United, courtesy of a goal from Joel Ajani French. Hanford, wide to Hines. One of the few players from last year that actually featured any at all, and towards the end of the tournament did feature quite heavily off the bench. Basil Trail fouled there after a push to the back from the number 7 Jamar Thomas. Of course, being among those players who featured last year off the bench were Samuel Taylor, Hannaford, and Benjamin, as well as captain Rashawn Williams, who was the only player among this team, or this current team, that actually played a few games as a starter, especially in place of Miguel Joseph when he got suspended. But even beyond that, he had a number of games as a starter, and he really impressed and excelled, and deservedly so has been made a starter and the captain this year. Kamar Reed, good fight for the ball, but eventually gives away a free kick, and that will be the way of Mount Pleasant, who restart possession with Williams and now Harriet on this right hand side. Out wide to Henry, trying to find Trail. Ooh, lovely tackle there by Williams. Strong one on the number 12 Robinson there, who pulls his back after that. Now it's Harriet on that left hand side looking for Samuel Taylor, but pass goes awry. Reed, lovely first touch passing. Don't see any forward-thinking vision from him though. As a number 10, I want to see that. It's Thomas. Number 5 there. This was wayward. Trying to beat his man out wide there, unable to, and loses the ball to Hines. King doing all this throw and leaves it actually for his teammates there. Number 19. Battling with Williams in the air, loses out. It's Taylor. Known to rinse or to a defender. Just the ball over the pass. Ball over the top. Now space here for Williams. Leaves the defender this week. Has a chance to cross here and he's brought down. And that, in my opinion, is definitely a penalty. Could have given him his second goal of the tournament. Of course, it would have been his second from the spot as well. Taylor, oh, lovely bit of skill there to beat his man. Good pass into the path of the Benjamin there, but he tries to find Harriet instead. Goes into the path of Mitch Robinson, but that goes on for a throw in, and Mount Pleasant, fortunately, will get the decision their way and regroup here. Hannaford. Philip, who really impressed me last week. It's absolutely brilliant, I have to say. Harriet again. Ras Ronaldo, that is. I have to say, it's not hard to see the thinking behind the two names of both young players. The brothers there, Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. It's quite easy to see the inspiration behind the two names. Ball wide now for Rashawn Williams. Good turn. Beats two actually. Past Linton. Trying to feed Basil Trail, but unable to. And there's Robinson. And he pushes the defender to the ground, but Trails on hand to avenge his teammate and gets the ball back for Mount Pleasant. Hines finds Philip. Ball wide for Henry. First touch a bit too heavy and easily cleaned up by Burford. He gets it back. Skipper for Waterhouse today. Got nicked there, but he forces his play on. Harriet finds Williams. Strike from distance. Blocked. And that's a foul, most definitely. by Williams, and Waterhouse have it their way. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Perfect. Hacked in the process. Here's Church. Nice. Trying to find Dimitri Robinson, unable to. Jamar Thomas been pretty isolated up front alone so far in this game, but can he get some support here? Unable to find Dimitri Robinson. But here's Williams looking out wide now, trying to find Henry. Does, and he takes that down beautifully as well. Must add. And now it's Basil Trail. Lovely ball out wide to Henry. Can he get it inside for the box now? Shoved off it and expertly done there by the Waterhouse backline. Must say, great defending there. That most definitely is elite. Perfect there, and that will be a free kick. White support there out from opposite today. Relatives of the players, as you'd expect, but also just some football enjoyers. Clear downfield and won by Thomas Robinson rather. Linton out wide to Yuan. Can come forward here. Hannaford, Hines, Spence, returning goalkeeper from last year, started and was really good. I wouldn't say he was one of the better goalkeepers, but statistically he did have the best defense in the league, so I have to say he was a part of that, did contribute in some part, but for being fair, didn't have a lot to do given how much one person controlled the long duration of their games. But lovely pace on show and skill here from Rashawn Williams, and before he ran out of room had a pass to make and did so expertly. My apologies. Hines out wide to Harriot. Turns. Finds Taylor out wide on that left hand side. Cuts inside, tries to find on the overlap Harriot, and he does. He's 1v1 now. Cuts back, squares, looks for Benjamin. But the number 20 for Waterhouse, Garrick Taylor, is equal to it. And here's Hines. Trying to find Taylor, however, unable to. Here's Linton. Perfect. To Robinson. Yuan. Turns inside. Linton. Gets it up wide to Garrett Taylor. Crosses it in, looking for Robinson. Does find him, but referee blows for an infringement, and that will be a foul to Marcus to take the free kick quite quickly, unexpectedly so. And it's lovely bit of skill there from Henry to fake his defender. Has space and time. Good pass. Finds his man Taylor, and Taylor's tripped up by the defender there. Referee blows, and it will be a free kick here. Dangerous area. Seems some Taylor Bootley they want to take here. And Mount Pleasant could here in the 15th minute open the scoring here. Could be another audacious set piece from Samuel Taylor. We know he has it in. Showed it last week, scoring directly from a corner kick. Could pull off the miraculous here. An effort from about 30 out. Goes over the wall, actually. It's straight into the wall. With good height on it. Not enough, however. Good cross. Looking for Henry at the back post, but that's headed away. Benjamin couldn't quite trap it, and that's away by Reed. Pass not accurate. And Reed held on to Harriet there, and much to the referee's dismay, they'll have to make that decision, and that's most definitely a free kick. Mount Pleasant not having it all their own way here. Yes, they've been a predominantly better team, but it's been a tough time of it in the final third, not creating as many clear-cut chances as we're used to seeing from them. There's Philip. Lovely ball out wide for Harriet. Has options and finds one in Henry. And that's blocked by Robinson. And Henry wins the ball back for Mount Pleasant. And takes Burford down that right hand side, gets the cross in, blocked and cleared by Waterhouse.
Pressure my side.
Sean Church had done a good job so far, and so has number 5, Howard Linton. All this time I've been calling the number 4 U1 when that's actually been Church, on my bad. And an infringement called on Burford here. Number 9, Benjamin.
Russian, you want cracky? That one there. Down the nice side.
Freaking very dangerous area. And seems as though it's going to be Harriet to take. I thought it would have been Samuel Taylor, but
carry them in high goal. Everybody going high goal. Everybody.
Harriet.
Cracky, come round. Penalty spot.
Excellent quality delivery here. Seeking the head of one of his teammates. At least put some danger into the box. Fear in the heart of the defenders. Free kick comes in. Go towards the back post. No one was there. There's Hines. Leaves it off. Williams, oh, lovely bit of skill to beat the defender. Russell Trail trying to find the player outside of his boot, but unable to find him. Now it's Hannaford. Hines. Out wide finds Harriet. Trying to find Henry, but unable to do so. And there's Linton. Linton's brought down there. And here's Burford through here and skips past his man. Still has the ball. Good cross, and Hines gets a deflection on into it. And he number 3 in a flash here. And it's cleared again. Linton has a strike, and Harriet blocks it. Here's Henry. He urged to push for the counter attack. Ball onto Benjamin. Hold up play, immaculate. And now here's Philip. And Reed Williams, rather, making himself available yet again. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an expert in how to play the centre midfield position. And that, I think, is the difference between teams like Mount Pleasant and KFA, as opposed to what we saw in the first game between Portmore and Harborview. Oh, Williams, oh, beaten there. And Churchill trying to get beyond. Williams unable to his trail, trying to slip it in for Benjamin, but Benjamin wasn't on the same wavelength as the young man there. And it's cleared towards Hines. He's been urged to leave it for his goalkeeper Spence. As mentioned before, was their starting goalkeeper last year, being the most experienced among the players in terms of game time. They'll be looking forward to his leadership. Oh, dangerous pass in between to Benjamin, and he surprisingly made that 1-0. Sean Benjamin out of nowhere, scoring the first goal of this game. It seemed to be a chance that was going to be easily dealt with. And there we can just have a look at it. The goal here. Harriot, lovely ball over the top. Beat the number 20 there, Garrick Taylor, and Benjamin did well to read the bounce of the ball there. Poke that beyond the goalkeeper Tahir Harnett. Just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, Mount Pleasant have taken the lead here just a few seconds ago, thanks to a goal there from Mount Pleasant. A beautiful pass by Ras Ronaldinho Marriott on the back line and into the path of Sean Benjamin. And Burford looking for a teammate, unable to find him, and the brother of Ras Ronaldinho Harriet, Ras Ronaldo Harriet finds that one. There's Samuel Taylor on the ball. Lovely pass into the path of Javier Henry. He cuts inside, lays it off, and that's a shot from Benjamin, who could have had his second of the game, but places that off the bar.
Lock it down my side. Lock it down, captain. Too much man. What do you?
And the referee calls it back here. Seems it's a foul for Waterhouse. And the back line of Mount Pleasant just trying to make sure that they're ready in time here, throwing the ball back. Just a bit further than fans around me most definitely disagree with the decision. It seems that not only is Howard Linton over this, it seems Dimitri Robinson's over this.
Come in, run going at the game.
It's a short and cheeky free kick, and it's Burford as a goal. Ooh, very narrowly, just edging wide. And couldn't have told me that was his weaker foot, because that was a pure strike from that angle and almost ending up in the back of the net for an equalizer. Waterhouse, despite being second best for much of this games, they're still in it. Technically, they can still get a goal back and be right in this game. Just goes to show you that football is a game of moments. You never know. As we saw last week, Portmore, despite never really being in the game, gave Mount Pleasant some scares, equalizing after the first goal and then making it 3-2. A nervy end to the second half before the fourth goal was scored by substitute Orlando Newman. Oh, lovely bit of skill there by Thomas to get behind his man. And what a tackle by Rashawn Williams. Strong and firm. And it is a goal kick to Mount Pleasant. Williams all over the pitch. Just urges from the coach, instructions from the coach, to just pass it right around and calm, patient play from Mount Pleasant, paying dividends here. And lovely bit of skill from Javier Henry. He's taking on one too many players and loses the ball eventually. Now it's Burford, who's played pretty well there. Reed, good turn to beat his man. Harriet uses the ball to Thomas. Burford. Out wide to Thomas again on that left-hand side. Has Harriet to beat. Feints twice. Instead cuts back to Robinson. Tries to move beyond Basil Trail, but eventually could only get the ball away from Basil Trail after shoving him to the ground, which angered a lot of the fans because the young man did really, really well to win the ball there, only to be manhandled and not giving a free kick. But the referee looked the other way and said, play on, it's a contact sport, regardless of your size. Of course, the human element of the game will always triumph in the mind of the fans. Oh, Henry, lovely bit of skill to not make his defender there. Almost skipped past another, but momentarily lost the ball. But here's Sean Benjamin, passes it to Hannaford. Philip. Henry to Harriet. Skips past his man. Good turn. Trying to look for Henry over the top, and he does. Good take. Oh, tried to flick it over his defender, but couldn't catch it back. No, Thomas finds Burford out wide. He's been all over that left-hand side. There's Thomas. Wins the ball back, gives it back to Hannaford. There's Philip. Harriet. Another Harriet going down that left-hand side, trying to find Taylor with the pass, but cut out there expertly.
Yes, inside there.
That'll be a throw into Waterhouse after clearance did come off of Samuel Taylor. Jamar Reed trying to hit it into the path of a teammate there, unable to, however. Hines loses the ball. And that'll be a throw into Waterhouse rather. And Kamar Reed.
Come on, my side.
A few nice touches here and there, but been rather quiet for the majority of this game. And Pleasant playing within dangerous area here. Lost the ball, and there was a quick shot, but saved by Michael Dean Smith. Sean Williams looking wide for Javier Henry, unable to find him over, and Churcher can just guide that back to his goalkeeper in goal there to hear Harnett. And Harriet gets that back after pass that went awry there. McCoy, Bradnock. He's been over that right hand side and not had the greatest time of it. Had a shot well done over. Harriet. Henry. Trail. Gets a return for us from Henry. Gets it down wide to Harriet. Benjamin, lovely pass into the path of Henry. Skips past one, trying to feed Taylor, however. And he makes a mistake, and it's a second goal! Basil Trail scores the second of the game for Mount Pleasant. The shortest man of the pitch scores and carts wheels in celebration. And I think that one means more to the supporters because of who it is. David slaying Goliath. It's the young man who, though diminutive in stature, large in heart. And he's captured the hearts of everyone who's been watching him over the last 2 weeks, and he's really, really impressed over the last 2 games. Tidy play on the ball, and he scored a goal here.
Come in my side, pressure. Massa.
Well done, Mark, I did.
Hanford out wide to Williams. Leaves it for Harriet. Hanford. Philip. Out wide to Harriet. Now to Harriet looking for Taylor beyond him. Opts not to use him, finds him now. Taylor leaves it and shot from distance as blocked. And Churchill leaves it. And it goes straight through to Harnett. Here's Braddock down that right hand side, trying to beat Harriet for pace, and he eventually had to turn back. Gets it back to Thomas. Takes a moment before crossing. Hannaford gets to it. Hits it dangerously across his box, but Burford couldn't get to it, and Bernardillo, Harriet will clear instead, and there's Churchill. Somehow retains position. Judge to have handled the ball and actually gets a yellow card, which, to be fair, I don't think that was deserving of a yellow, but all the same, he'll have to remain a bit careful. And a lot of commendations here for the young man, Basil Trail, not just on his goal, but in his performance. A level of heart is shown. The young man, he's been fantastic today, and here he is on the ball again. Receives that, lovely good turn there. Every move he makes is being applauded, and he's deserving of that praise. Robinson couldn't track him there, and there is Benjamin to Harriet. Sean Williams out wide to Benjamin. Steps over, leaves it for Harriet. For Ray Limbs rather. And skips away from Thomas, who's absolutely all over him like white on rice. And because of that, he's judged to have fouled him, rightfully so. About 8 minutes to go in this half, and I must say it's not really been close here. Mount Pleasant have been totally dominant, but the football has been enjoyable, I must say that. It's been an enjoyable encounter. Mount Pleasant do make the game look quite easy. And Harriet now has a chance to raise the roof here with another brilliant delivery. And of course, his delivery led to the first goal, which of course was a strike from Benjamin. Now here's Henry. Oh, good skill there to beat his man. Burford gets beyond him again with the pace. His cross comes in. No one there to meet it, and it's cleared away from Braddock. And Philip gets it out wide to Williams, who skips away from Kamara Reed. His number 10 counter, but the referee says no foul. And Linton loses the ball to Williams. And here's Henry. Cuts back. Has Linton 1v1. Opts to use Williams. Williams uses it to Linton. Now here's Thomas. Spins, turns. Linton. Thought he saw Robinson, but that's out of touch. Will be a throw to Mount Pleasant. Take no prisoners, really. There is no mercy rule when Mount Pleasant play football. They are out to do one thing, and that is to score goals. They entertain in the process, but that is first and foremost their concern. Goals, goals, and more goals. Oh, lovely bit of skill from Taylor. Just absolutely toying with the defenders out there. As Hannaford retains position after Taylor momentarily lost it. Here's Philip, who's also impressed today. Gets it out wide to Henry. In acres of space. Puts it back for Philip. To Benjamin. There's also been a terror to defenses so far. Philip. Williams. Trail. Harriet. Harriet skips past one, gets out of the way of the referee, and that's a free kick. It seems there's going to be 2 changes already this early into the game. I must say it's a rather unusual move, especially because it's right before halftime. But given the state of the game, I guess somewhat understandable. And that's going to be young Sean Benjamin. He's going to be coming on in place of number 3, which is McCoy Bradnock. And the second player is number 18. He'll be coming on in place, surprisingly, of the number 8, Adonijah Burford, who, for my money, as at least, has been actually really good, but he has had a tough time of it coming up against a player of Javier Henry's quality. Free kick to be taken now by Williams. Free kick goes over. Oh, what a goal! What a strike, Rashawn Williams! That is a beauty of a goal. He's kicked the corner kick, the corner flag off of it, where it used to stand, but he very nearly did the same thing to the goal. That was a thunder strike. Look at that for a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Arguably goal of the day, and we've seen some strikes thus far. The goalkeeper could do nothing but react. The ball was in the net before he knew anything about it. He dived, but I'm sure he didn't see the ball. What a goal. Rashawn Williams, take a bow.
Somebody just put the ball in there and let him say, take the goal
And Henry somehow keeps that in play. Gets beyond Churchill. Leaves it for Benjamin, who turns and is brought down. Referee says no foul. Linton gets it to Thomas. Skips past Williams there. Good bit of skill. There's Kamar Reed. Loses out there to Samuel Taylor. He tries to feed Sean Benjamin, but pass that time wasn't accurate. Linton. Reed. Finds Robinson. Actually, that was number 9, my bad.
Lock it down!
Pass there from the number 8. Couldn't be able to find his teammate there. Jaheim Fuller, who made his way onto the pitch. The number 9, for those who are unaware, for Waterhouse, that is Nashon Benjamin. And I must say again, ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that Burford had to be substituted, most likely to the fact that he was getting terrorized by Javier Henry, I must say I think they could have perhaps moved him to another position, because he was easily one of the standout players for Waterhouse. There was only a few players that actually looked really, really good on the ball. I think that could have stayed on a bit longer, but nevertheless, it's the coach's decision, not mine. I'm just a commentator, folks. And of course, just a reminder to like, comment, and subscribe. The interactions here on MG Sports are greatly appreciated here. I'm the commentator for today, John Stewart, and it's been a pleasure commentating on this competition for the last year or so. Seeing so many young players who just have the talent to succeed in the professional realms of football. And apologies for the pauses in my speech at times. It's just there's some comments that have been made in the background that are extremely funny, and chief among them, and I'm sure Mario won't appreciate them, being that Arsenal currently losing,
Come on!
which of course will no doubt upset him. Massive Arsenal fan, as his name implies.
Come on, my side!
Ball comes in towards the back post. Michael Dean Spence claims that, despite being under some duress, quite easily claimed that. And now Javier Henry is on the counter-attack. He's through to Benjamin, trying to get beyond his man there, but good defending there. And couldn't get all the way through to Thomas and his Harriet. And the referee blows for half-time right on the stroke of the 40th minute. And I must say, dominant, dominant, dominant. That is the word to describe this first half by Mount Pleasant. The artistry on show, the level of skill, the youthful exuberance, been spectacular. Nothing short of spectacular from Mount Pleasant again. 3-0 to the good here at the half against Waterhouse. And I must say, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure commentating every time I get the chance to watch this team. No matter who comes in and out of the lineup, it seems they just never do anything but amaze you. But enough of my rambling. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be on a break at halftime in the KFC Elite Cup under 18 competition. We'll be back after the break. I'm Judge Stewart. Stay tuned here on MG Sports.
One more. Ante. Yeah. Are you at the game? Huh? I was just watching up again, Martin, somebody said 2-2. I'm like, what? I didn't know it was game, bro. Yeah. Game. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I saw. Father Basil. Yeah. Father Basil. Want to take a picture? Me? Yeah, just take off your hat. Oh, watch your India work. Oh, remember, I'm just a member. Oh.
Got it? Yeah. Good ankle?
Yeah, I think so. Go on. Line. Keep up the line with the wall. when you come inside the blind side, then it presents a problem.
Man City, Arsenal.
You understand? No, you have to do that. One part, you don't have Jimmy, Russia, that can pass.
Yeah, you know, you say that the Americans are saying about
them four there, can play through the line.
shut them down.
So, make us see we can start play through the line. And
Liverpool
we don't want to ball.
versus Man City, ordinary game. That's the top of the table game. 70 minutes.
They are not compact. So the space is here.
I don't care. I don't care who wins, but I just like, I don't mind if City wins. I'd rather a competitive league. But them playing too much because the other night they play again and they play strong team, cup game,
The ball is road through you.
City wins.
Last one, go. All right, go on. Ready again? Ready, Waterhouse. Ready? Not ready. All right, that is it.
Left back, yeah. Back, come on, 5 feet. I've got through the bush.
And we're on the way here in the second half of the KFC League Cup match day 3, game 3, last game of the day between Mount Pleasant and Waterhouse. Mount Pleasant giving a lesson in class. Oh, lovely skill there by Samuel Taylor to flick it over to Cameron Reed's head there. It's been a welcome to the League Cup moment as described by Mr. Siobhan Peart earlier. Most definitely taking Waterhouse to school in the first half. Not just the fact that they scored 3 times, but the level of dominance on display here.
Alright,
Lovely ball from Taylor into the path of Benjamin, who opened the scoring after a wonderful pass in behind from Harriet, Ronaldinho Harriet that is. But offside in the occasion, there. Second goal, of course, coming courtesy of Basil Trail, the shortest man on the pitch, but he's got a large heart. And the third goal, an unbelievable effort from about 25 to 30 yards. A free kick from Captain Fantastic, Rashawn Williams. He's been absolutely on fire in these last 2 games, I have to say. For my money, right now he's the man of the match. And of course, we still have some ways to go in this second half, but you could so easily have won it in the first game, really, as well, against Portmore United. But Samuel Taylor, his performance was just too good to ignore, and Taylor's been decent again here today, but the star of the show really for me has been Williams today. Javier Henry's also been electric on that right hand side as well. Unbelievable, his interplay, his ability to link up with his teammates in short spaces, and his dribbling, 1v1, stretching opposing defenses. Ridiculous, really. Love his pace as well. His confidence. Samuel Taylor showing skill again to just hold off his man. Reminiscent of last year's Golden Boot winner Cleveland Nugent.
Too far.
Yes, he got the top score of 9 goals. His dribbling speed was phenomenal to watch, just breathtaking. But still yet to see a player like Franco Celestin from last year, who was something else. Of course, I'd never dare compare him to Lionel Messi, but he's the closest player I've seen in terms of youngsters in the Jamaican circuit. Of course, he's Haitian, but in terms of playing in Jamaica, the closest players I've seen in terms of like a profile, not necessarily talent outright, but in terms of profile, he's been breathtaking to watch whenever he's played for Mount Pleasant's first team, as well as their academy in this Elite Cup from last year. He, of course, was subject to some transfer rumors. He was alleged to be joining Montego United actually in the last transfer window, but the move was blocked due to some disputes over how the transfer took place, and as a result he's had to stay at Mount Pleasant, which obviously is not great news for him, that he's not already played this game this year, but neither has his Haitian counterpart Miguel Joseph. And if you're wondering why I didn't comment on the shot by Waterhouse moments ago, I think it's because the less said about that, the better. My father once said, "Don't have anything good to say, don't say it at all." Not the greatest pass in the world there, and that could be going out for a throw, and will Waterhouse confidence has been shot here to absolute bits. They look dismayed, really dejected almost, and who can blame him after being given a footballing lesson really in the first half. They were made to look helpless there. Harriet trying to withstand the pressure from the opposing defenders there, but he's fouled, and that will be a free kick to Mount Pleasant. Seems Harriet will be the one to take. Has a good delivery on him. Of course, came up with that assist for the first goal from Benjamin. Whip this one in. It goes towards Benjamin again, who almost made contact and probably would have guided it on target, but drifted all the way to far post, and Waterhouse and come clear. Garrett Taylor, and now here's the number 11. But E1's pass, not the most accurate in the world, but now here's Williams, who scored that first goal, trying to get past everyone on his own, but eventually loses the ball, and Waterhouse can come clear. And here's Philip, who's getting stuck in. Harriet moved it to beat Robinson. Oh, lovely turn.
Good turn, Javier.
Skips past his men.
Come in, Jav.
And now here's Benjamin, picks it up. Skips past one.
Come in,
Still retains possession. Finds Samuel Taylor, who cuts inside, has a shot. And never really having the power nor the accuracy to really test Tahir Hornet in goal. And that would be quite a comfortable save. Oh, lovely ball towards Yuan now. He has Harriet 1v1 on that right hand side. Can he take him on? Thinks better of it and passes inside. Finds Linton. Gets that out wide. To Fuller. Loses the ball to Samuel Taylor. Now here's Philip. Out wide on the left hand side. He has Benjamin. Out wide with Linton on that left hand side. Tries to find Rashawn Williams, who leaves it for Henry. Touch was heavy, and the shot was not accurate. That goes to the bar. I think had the first touch been better, put him in a better position to get a cleaner strike at goal. Nevertheless, in the grand scheme of things, folks, it is 3-0 to Mount Pleasant. And at this point, it's really just a matter of how many can Mount Pleasant get. Not to discount the efforts of Waterhouse, but in the first half, it really was a display to be a gulf in class between the two teams. And I struggle, even with this much left to go in the game, I really do struggle to see how they're going to get back into it. Samuel Taylor, his experience is showing here. Just his calmness, his coolness on the ball, that of a superstar. In the making. Waterhouse putting some pressure up front there, but easily escaped there by young Philip. Plays it into Rashawn Williams. Gets it out wide to Samuel Taylor. Cuts inside. Because a goal! Just rising over the upright there. Almost got his third of the campaign there. And I have a feeling that before this one is through, he'll be looking to do just that. He was fantastic in the first half. Javier Henry as well. Taylor, every opportunity really looking to get at the defenders and have a strike inside. Harriet on the ground still from following that collision. And maybe of course hoping that he's okay. Ross Ronaldo Harriet, that is. He's helped to his feet by teammate Taylor. It seems that number 15, Kimani Monroe, for Waterhouse, will be coming on. And also Andre Barrett. Kimani Monroe will be hoping to spark some sort of comeback here, but I must say, the disparity between the two unlikely. But here's a replay of that chance just a few moments ago from Samuel Taylor, cutting inside beautifully and almost arrowing that into the top corner, but just couldn't get there. And in the end, its score remains 3-0, and seems as though going to be a double substitution here. Basil Trail, goal scorer, of course, in the first half, coming off, and comes off to a round of applause from the supporters. And it also seems that Sean Benjamin, who scored the first goal, will also make way. Substitution of two of the goal scorers. They'll be making way for the 6 and number 19, that being Mario Nelson and Nardo Newman, respectively. Nardo Newman, of course, was the goal scorer of the fourth and last goal for Mount Pleasant in the first game that they played against Portmore United.
Well done, Ross. Well done.
It's just passed right around now. Hines and Michael Dean Spence tries to find Harriet, but collected by Waterhouse. Give the ball away again cheaply, must say. Taylor trying to find number 19 Newman, and they point to the spot. Waterhouse upset. Tahir Harnett irate. And number 6 for Waterhouse, which is Shaheem Stevenson, who's just come onto the pitch. He's given a yellow card. His descent. Absolutely livid with the decision made, but it is a penalty. Nardo Newman, of course, was a goal scorer last week, and he's done well here to earn his team a penalty, which Rashawn Williams will take. And of course, he did score a penalty last week against Portmore United. He'll be hoping to do the same again here today. Mount Pleasant to see if they can get the fourth of the evening. Rashawn Williams up steps the captain, and he calmly dispatches, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. Ice cool from the skipper. And his celebration is that of his demeanor. composed. He knows that it's too easy. He knows that he's too good. It's one thing to be that good, but it's another thing to know confidence is brimming off this young man. He's taken the captain's armband off of Earl Dennis from last year. He's made it his own this year. He's been sensational, the young central midfielder. He has everything you could want. He can beat a man in tight spaces. He has work ethic off the ball. His positional play in terms of how to receive a pass, to avail himself, to create space in the middle of the park for his team as an outlet is there. The fundamentals are there, but he also has the flash. He has the goals from midfield. He has the ability to beat 2 or 3 men. He has the ability to switch the play with a long pass, given his range. Is there anything this young man can't do? At the moment, I guess the answer to that would be to not score. Of course, tied for top goal scorer with Miles Hannah of Kingston Football Academy for 3 goals. Caveat being that he's a central midfielder and Miles Hannah is a centre forward. I must say, should he keep up this run, it's going to be hard to bet against him not being atop the list, or at least near at the end of the season when it comes on to goal scoring. If he keeps this up, on present, known to score at will. They'll be looking to do more of the same throughout this competition. Of course, I mentioned before, Kingston Football Academy scored 4, then 5 in the first and second match days of this Elite Cup. Mount Pleasant looking to replicate that. Oh, lovely bit of skill there from Samuel Taylor. Oh, what a turn. Look at this young man go. But the passing afterwards wasn't on the money, but his skill on the ball is mesmerizing. Something to behold, really.
Come in, run back and farm up when they don't know farm up. Win that Rasta.
And of course, as I mentioned before,
Coming
Williams is
job,
top the scoring charts at the moment, tied with Miles Hannah. But right behind him is his teammate Samuel Taylor, as well as Robinho Morgan from Kingston Football Academy. And I don't think at this point there'll be a question that either of those 2 young men, Taylor and Williams, whether or not they'll be vying for more. Harriet from distance.
Jesus!
Looks like a promising effort, but rising always over the bar.
That's why they have that
There will be
kick.
some changes made. And seems one of them will be the number 13 Jackson Sainton. He also played last year. Had a good little stretch of games. And he was really good whenever he did play. I loved his all-around game. He didn't manage to get on the score sheet, unfortunately, but his performances were really good. Very promising. And Leonardo Flowers also played pretty well last game out.
Big ball up.
Coming on. Samuel Taylor and Sean Williams, 2 of the standout players so far in this competition all round. They'll both be coming off. Williams, for me, man of the match. Yes, quite some time to go in this game, but for me, even the 62 minutes that he's played out of a possible 80, I'm assuming, ridiculous performance. And Samuel Taylor, yet again, at his superb best, unable to get a goal this time, but he has time to make up for it. He did say in a post-match interview last week that he's vying for at least 15 goals in this competition, which I'd say that's a bit far-fetched in terms of a goal, but given his talent, I don't know if that's too far-fetched, really. Clever Nugent, of course, did get 9 last season as a top scorer, and was his counterpart in terms of being the number 7 last year. And will he repeat that this year? Most definitely has the ability. And here's St. Nord in. And on the left hand side, Philip. Back to Harriet. Spins, turns away from Robinson. Feeds hides outside. He loses it, but it's a throw in to Mount Pleasant. I think the only player in the front line that hasn't scored today would be Taylor, and well, Jeffrey Henry as well, who's also been fantastic. Hasn't scored yet so far in this campaign, but he has been stellar in both games, especially this one. Pace and skill in abundance. Lovely turn there from Mario Nelson. Seems to be a feature of the Mount Pleasant Academy, the ability to be the man in space. Harriet. Nelson. Oh, lovely turn to skip away from the play there. This is prime Barcelona or Mount Pleasant. Really, this is fantastic football. Most enjoyable football I've watched all day, really. And that's not to discount the efforts of the 2 previous games that we've witnessed. The football on show here is quite honestly at a different level altogether.
Mario, go round, Mario, don't get lazy.
The dribbling, the passing, intelligence on show. It's all just different gravy. That header is over the bar, and that will be a corner kick to Waterhouse. Briefly couldn't quite capture the entirety of the highlight there, but you get the picture. Short corner taken here by Waterhouse. Comes in, and no one on it. No real fight, passion showed for get on the end of that. And Spence quite easily got straight. Now it's Jackson St. Nord.
Yeah, don't afraid now.
This a thump up. This a that means
Philip gives it to the other brother instead. Oh, wide. Flowers loses it, but that will be a throw-in to Mount Pleasant.
One more goal my side. I just one more maybe. Come on my side, pressure.
From Harriet to Harriet.
That's a Rasta.
Go from here, but opts not to.
That's a Rasta.
Jackson fed Harriet, but
No room,
couldn't take advantage.
Beat him.
And Robinson trying to piggyback on Mario Nelson there, but he wasn't welcome. And that would be a free kick. Can't really see too much about that one. That was obviously a foul. Now here's James Stevenson.
Come on, we want 5.
James Fuller.
5% of I get to the one I do.
Mar.
Come on, Rasta. Come on, Jeffy. Yeah. Lock it down, Rasta. Dead boy, he's off from a ball. I know me. You're bright team. Watch it. Dead boy. Dead boy.
Pass.
Really? You see him need the help on them nothing but I go for the ball, brother. Lock it down, there's a thump up.
Waterhouse trying to come clear.
Come on, Rasta.
Turn back. Now he's Linton on the ball, a bit further forward than he was previously.
Outside in there.
The scoreline being what it is, I think they're just trying to get some goals in shot. James Stevenson and Jackson St. Nord does well in his defensive duties there. And St. Nord grabs hold of the shirt of Stevenson, and that's obviously going to be a free kick.
Hey, yo. What was that?
What you want 2 days for Marco? What you want 2 days?
My 18 yard! Marco 18! Get on the
Seems
team!
this will be taken by Stevenson.
No man can take that. Stay away from one man.
Oh, mate, acrobatically so. And the resulting header, as it was put back into the box, is harmlessly wide. Just about 11 or 10 minutes to go in this one. That's about a time, and I must say, final 3 words of my coverage in the first half still stand. Dominance. Absolute cruise control really in the second half. Yes, they've added the penalty, but to be honest, it could have been 5 or 6 in that first half. Close, really. Now here's Harriet.
I mean, Javier wants it back, you know. What you do? Javier wants it back, brother. Man,
There's a
when
shot
he
from
gets
distance.
goal, Jesus.
That's an easy save.
Lock that down.
It's a ball out wide.
Lock it down, my side.
Left hand side for
Lock it down.
not sure what he saw there.
And a female touchy. And a female touchy now.
Yes, come on.
Seems he's taking the deflection.
Yeah, you look up for someone. This way, it deflects right up the street.
I say game early.
Because Mark properly, Mark now here. Mark said properly.
Corner comes in here, towards the back post, headed down. And Harriet will be able to shoot that out. Robinson's header.
We can't get 2 goal, man.
Not for the first time this evening, and that will be a goal kick to Mount Pleasant.
2 more. Rest the 2 more goal, man.
Nelson.
Can't pay up 7.
Come on. What your name? Juvie, what your name? Go on, goal.
Jackson, go forward,
Lovely ball at the top there from number 15
Come on,
there.
lock them down there, sir.
Rasta, you have to do it very big.
Waterhouse
Go on now, Mike, because
still
Jackson
trying to,
tired power, yeah.
lovely bit of skill, but unable to get it back and loses
All
the ball.
right, up. You know,
Waterhouse.
the man can't say
Little 1 or 2 moments of skill and flair, but all in all, no real consistency to the game.
Well done, nephew, top up.
Second best all around. Played a different sport.
Right this, man. Right this.
Could get B5 here, ladies and gentlemen. No, he's Nard. Jackson St. Nord gets past one.
That's
Pass
what
inside. Has a strike, Willie? No. And the shot comes in, and that's saved. And quite easily at that.
Wrong, man.
Did eventually have a crack at goal, but there's a replay there of
What's
that.
up? I push down the man now.
Shot the first time of asking, really.
Watch ya.
Took the element of surprise out of it. And there's Harriet.
Take that one, that
One man in the box, I wouldn't cross it here.
Come in, Javier. Take it from
But here's Henry.
Come up, take it
From
next up.
distance.
Stop. Sorry. Good try.
Yo, Chef Harry!
That will be a goal kick to Waterhouse.
I'm at 22, nobody go there. Oh, God, this is here. You look good for your side, go. Ball say belly, come on. I'm going to beg your salad. You as a go. What? Right, let's shoot up and take off. Come big and one. Come.
Do it fast now. Mark it. Physio. Physio. Hey.
More pleasant. Physio.
Walk one.
Come on in, Flowers. We want 2
Marvin
goals.
Newman just receiving some instructions there from his coach. And there we can see number 4 there, Ross Ronaldinho Harriet, down yet again. Down early, and seems he's going to have to be forced into a change now. His brother, Ross Ronaldo Harriet, has been quite sensational, I must say.
Russell, come on.
They've both been
More pleasant.
turning in good
Goal.
performances in these last 2 games, but I must say,
Come in, nephew.
Ronaldo Harriet, something special. Great delivery for that first goal, and Ronaldinho Harriet makes his exit here.
When you want something, they can lock it down.
Pleasant,
Go on again, skipper. Go on again,
simple,
skipper.
efficient, elegant. There are very few words able to describe the beautiful game that are able to capture just how grateful I am to be watching good football played on good surface pitches, and we could yet see a 5th here. Terrible strike. That was not efficient or elegant at all, but offside nonetheless. It seems it was a commentator's curse, just as I was rambling about how good this team are in terms of not just quality but entertainment. I saw a horrible play. I think I'll just keep the superlatives for later. There's Robinson. Oh, lovely ability to beat a couple of defenders, and somehow the referee says play on. And that's a red card. And it's an early show-up. Most definitely was a foul. I agree with him there. Most definitely was a foul. But you cannot hurl insults at the referee and expect to remain on the pitch. And for that, Waterhouse will remain a man down for the rest of this game for however long we have left. It's supposed to be 4 to perhaps 5 minutes. Nevertheless, the frustration has gotten to the better of Waterhouse players, and there'll be a red card. Waterhouse. Not sure what they do from here. They're 4 goals down and a man down. This could get ugly fast. Well, we thought that was going to be the case after being down 3 at the first half. And it's already gotten ugly, but could it yet become 5 or 6 here if Mount Pleasant really wanted it to be.
Come on, what's up? I fight them, I fight.
Foot off the gas just a bit. Perhaps to conserve a bit of energy. And I said earlier that they don't show mercy, but it seems they have here. Because this has been a beating of epic proportions. This has been a lesson. We've taken them to school here. Waterhouse, of course, newcomers to this competition, but they'll come to quickly learn that Mount Pleasant do not play around, especially not at home. And any sort of confidence that they had coming into this one most definitely shattered by the time the 3rd goal was scored. And Rashawn Williams just sucked all the energy out of their starting lineup with that thunderbolt of a free kick. take this free kick quickly.
Watch out. What's it?
Cross comes in, and that's hidden away.
Alright, Dubby. Yeah, alone. Come in, nephew. Send it down there now.
Shot, that one, two more, one.
Spins to Hines.
The one that just
Knows he's not going to be pressed because seems Waterhouse have pretty much given up.
All right.
And so he just stood there waiting, and no one came to press him. Loses the ball, trying to be a bit too fancy.
Hey, yo, you fall and get the ball. You don't take that over.
Yeah, anything you rest, say yes, but
Sean Benjamin defends his head, but
Get the head up and see you.
tried afterwards to get a foul, but the referee said none. So move on.
Special kid.
Harriet into flows, and seems his teammate slipped there, and that will.
come in, come in.
High up the pitch.
Come on,
Ball
fellas.
comes all the way
Alright,
through to Newman.
Jesus.
And
Sorry.
Bernardo Newman. Very nearly there. Had he put it on target, had an opportunity, as we can show the replay, to get his second of the tournament. Good press from Newman to win the ball high up the pitch there, but Newman's shot always going wide. There's a bit off balance when he shot that, and perhaps could have cut back inside rather, to his right foot before striking. Nevertheless, that's what it is for him. And Uncle Spence, the number one for Mount Pleasant, substituted here. Let's see. And shot here from Javier Henry Trenty for his first of the game, and not just the game, but the tournament really. But as you can see by the replay, easily saved now. It's Hannaford. Back to Newman. Hannaford from distance, and they left the keeper stranded in goal there. Harnett knew nothing about that, but did go wide, fortunately for him. Again, unnecessarily giving the ball away. Jackson takes it back, return pass, lays it off for Henry, I believe, and what a save! Goal there from Tahir Harnett. Good save, and used his feet there. Good ingenuity on the spot there. Couldn't get down low enough to use his hands, so he used his feet.
Hey! Referee, you see that? No! Number 6, no! Don't do that!
Could have 6 or 7.
Don't do that, number 6.
6 or 7. No apologies in stating that. That is a fact at this
Finish
point.
now. Finish my side. Finish.
Oh, one for Flows. Has a chance to cross here. He does. Finds Newman, he chips it down, but slips before he can take advantage. And Waterhouse.
Jump off!
Here. Engineer a counter-attack
Let's see when I play against somebody. We get one clean, I'll keep up.
to slow the play down.
Tackle!
And Stevenson Nelson from there. And good composure from the young man, instead of booting it clear, looked back for a teammate. Hines.
Well done, Mario. Well done, man. Let's keep on ball on your time. What if you give him that again?
Turn and go.
Gets the pass there from Newman. 1v1. Cuts inside. Tries to lead off for teammate, but gets it back as a shot from distance. And that goes just over the bar. And there we have the replay. Ricochet of the defender. Now Jackson St. Bernard
At this time I give
had
God Almighty.
a wonderful opportunity to get his goal in this video. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't get it. And that'll be the end of the game. And on comes Michael Burke.
Yeah.
My front screen, front screen.
Stand in front.
Can't get back. Jump it. Most of that guy.
Actually came on himself.
Jump it. Screen, screen, screen.
It's just been that kind of evening, I suppose, for Waterhouse. Nothing's really gone right for them. And the goalkeeper right now in goal for Mount Pleasant is actually DeAndre Gordon, debutant for the team in this competition at least. Could be the young man to one day take over from Marco Dean Spence when he of course comes of age and is able to sign a professional contract here in Jamaica or perhaps overseas. But for now, Marco Dean Spence of course the number one, and deservedly so after helping the team to win the trophy last year, and not just win but maintain 2 clean sheets in 2 games in the playoffs. Superb defensive record. When he's through on goal, Newman shot blocked valiantly there by Waterhouse. Newman still had possession but eventually lost it.
Second.
Andre Barrett there trying to win it off of
five
Newman
percent,
there, but unable to. Philip gets it back to Nelson. Manford. Hines, who has the captain armband now. And finally, right before we get to DeAndre Gordon, the referee puts Waterhouse out of their misery and brings an end to the live coverage here on MG Sports today of the KFC Under-18 Elite Cup. Score at the end of this one is Mount Pleasant 4, Waterhouse 0, and I have to say, folks, this wasn't a beating, this was abuse. This was, quite frankly, a footballing lesson of epic proportions, and